With the success of the Warhammer 40,000 Conquest magazine series, Hatchet Partworks are back with a brand new magazine collection, this time venturing into the mortal realms of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar universe. So if you've not been one of these magazine subscriptions before, then essentially what you do is get a new magazine every week, and with it will be a collection of goodies. So in the case of the Conquest collection, you are building up 2 armies over the course of the run of the magazine, along with all the paints that you need to paint them, and a load of scenery to play over. And they're going for pretty much the same theme with this Age of Sigmar magazine. So over the course of the magazine, you will collect a substantial looking Stormcast Eternal and Nighthaunt army, along with some more scenery goodies. And this time, there's also a premium subscription available where you can get another 4 armies, which is really cool. If you head over to spruesandbrews.com, we've got the breakdown of what you get and the value. But yeah, this magazine is normally $7.99. Issue 2, $5.99. Issue 1 is an absolute bargain at $2.99. So should we crack this open and see what goodies we get inside? So first, and probably to most people most importantly, we have the miniatures. Now, it says it contains 13 miniatures, and yeah, they're pretty good. So we get the Easy Build Sequitur Sprue, which I believe is about £10 by itself. Cast in gold, which I believe the Easy to Build one is. Yeah, this is a really nice start to your Stormcast Eternals. Yeah, it's not a full strength squad, but at least you'll be able to get your scheme down and practice painting the Stormcast. And like I say, there's a lot more Stormcast to come. So that's pretty good by itself. Where the value of this set goes absolutely bananas though, is with an entire sprue of chain rasps. Cast in blue plastic, which I do apologise is kind of blurring into the background here. Yeah, it is the same push fit sprue that you got in the Soul Wars box and was available separately at, I think, £25 for 10. So yeah, just the 2 kits alone, that's 35 quid worth of value in this box, which is really, really good. But that's not all. You also get some dice. Plain white dice, handy for all your games. Yeah, I'm not going to get those out of the box, you know what dice are. But yeah, really handy. Essentially this is a kind of start collecting Warhammer kind of vibe, so it's really good that it gives you everything you need. Speaking of which, in the magazine itself, you also get a range ruler. So these are similar to the ones that Games Workshop are putting in a lot of their box games at the moment. And yeah, if you haven't got a tape measure, nice way to start playing some games. So we will have a dig into the magazine itself and see what we get. So let's have a look at all the goodies. So we have a fairly mahoosive looking fold out poster telling us about the series and everything that you get. Now, this is pretty impressive. Look at all those Stormcast Eternals. Interestingly this time, they are pictured in grey plastic rather than coloured. I'm not sure if that is the case. If it is, that's cool. I know a lot of people aren't too keen on the coloured plastics. Spoilers, the grey is actually coloured too. But yeah, loads of stuff in there. Looks like there's some evocators and Dracolines and all sorts of stuff. Couple of ballistas. Yeah, there's going to be pretty good Stormcast Eternals force you're going to be able to build out of this box. But that's not all. There's also a mahoosive Nighthaunt army with all sorts of stuff. I think it's got all of the characters. Yeah, I think it's pretty much every kit apart from the Black Coach. Instead of which you get the name fails me now. The big engine thing. It's not actually part of their allegiance, but I'm fairly certain they can ally with it. So that's a nice big centerpiece model that you get. You also get a load of train as well. Stuff from the Warcry set. There's bits of the Sigmar Mausoleum in there, and also a few of the newer pieces from the Sigmarite ruins with the statues and the Gryph-hounds and stuff. So that's really cool. And you also get a load of paints to paint up your forces and brushes. So yeah, some great value in there. On the website we're probably going to do a bit of a breakdown of of what you get and how it weighs up over the run of the magazine. But yeah, very impressed so far. There's also a massive poster that is way too big. Let's see if we can get it in shot. Yeah, nice Stormcast poster to stick on your wall, which is really cool. So also included in the magazine, it looks like we've got a bit of a play sheet kind of showing you starting positions of where to put things and how to run a game. So that is probably going to be in the magazine, the details of that, but a nice little thing, you know, because at the minute you haven't got a battlefield or scenery. So yeah, nice little things like that to get into the game. Next up, we have a bit of a fold out here for the War in the Underworld. So this is telling us about Nagash and Sigmar and yeah, where they're from, who they are. So it's really cool for if you've maybe been thinking about getting into the Age of Sigmar universe and you're not quite sure who all the big players are. It looks like you'll get a lot of information in this magazine series, which is cool. And then finally, we got onto the main bulk of the magazine itself. So yeah, really cool. $2.99 is an absolute bargain for all the stuff in here. So let's have a quick flick through and see what we get. I fear that page may have snuck out of here. And they're all labelled as well. So I think if you subscribe, you will be getting a magazine binder. So you can collect together all the pages. And yeah, you'll have quite an encyclopedia of Age of Sigmar knowledge, which is cool. So let's have a quick flick through. We've got the Age of Sigmar. We've got some information about the Stormcast Eternals, which is really cool. Sequitors, who they are. Some information about the Nighthaunt. Yeah, I think this is going to be really good for people who are new to the game and maybe have played other Games Workshop games and have not tried Age of Sigmar yet. You need to get into it. It's an awesome game. And there's no better way than getting in with this cheap magazine. Even if you only pick up the first one and want to paint some models, I think it's probably worth it. Then we get how to build. So like I say, they're all push fit, the ones in this, but you do get instructions on how to put them together. And then the chain rasps are a little bit more complicated, but they're only in a couple of pieces. It's more so the case that you've got multiple of them. Yeah, there is an alternate build for the guy with the candelabra. I believe over the course of the magazine you'll get another sprue of these, so you can build it the other way. But you know, at $2.99 you could just pick up 2 copies of this magazine and have a full squad of 20 of them, which would be pretty cool. And then looks like we've got some information about painting them. In the previous magazine, I think it came with 3 paints in the first issue, where this one, I think it's later on in the run that you start getting the paints with the magazine. So I think it's just an introduction about painting miniatures, or maybe in later issues it will show you actually how to get painted. And then into how to play the game. So a little introductory campaign, Battle of the Barrows, showing you how to set up and essentially the basics of Age of Sigmar. So piling in your models, fighting with your various weapons, how to hit and wound and remove models. Yeah, it's all looking pretty good. So yeah, now as I say, as the magazine advances, there's going to be magazines or paints with every issue. The next one comes with some Midden Banshees, which are in a really nice kit, and I think they're about £10 by themselves as well. And some Korax White. And then, yeah, we've got some more Stormcast in issue 3. So, yeah, I'd definitely recommend picking this up if you're a fan of Age of Sigmar. I think it's a good price point. Yes, if you subscribe, I think it works out about £36 a month because you get 4 issues a month all shipped together. But for all the goodies that you get, if you're into, you know, these forces, it's well worth picking up. What we did on the Conquest magazine was split this between us. So I picked up the Marines, Dave picked up the Death Guard, and Jay had all the scenery and paints. So yeah, it's in the shops now. I believe the first couple of issues you can get from your local Warhammer or Games Workshop store. Newsagents are likely to stock it as well. Yeah, if you collect it, let us know how you find it. If it's bringing new blood into the game, that's definitely a big thumbs up from my point of view. But yeah, that's a quick little look at issue 1 of Mortal Realms magazine. We will be subscribing and doing some unboxings along with you guys as this magazine's out. And like I say, we've got a few posts over on the website as well, breaking down the kind of the value that you get from the magazine run. So until next time, we will see you all later.